Holy cow, it's not a joke. Is China doing the US dirty, or is it the other way around for XRP holders? We also have a press secretary, but not a press secretary. Secretary Bennett made some extremely fascinating statements on inflation, the present state of affairs with China, and how that would affect the crypto market. Michael Saylor bought additional Bitcoin. Is it a smart move, or will it blow up in his face? We need to discuss a lot. All I want from you is a pretty grin. Send forth those wonderful vibrations. Smash, hit that like button because eventually likes will be free. Don't claim I don't treat you well. Oh, 71% white. XRP is now worth $2.16, which is a drop of 0.58% from yesterday. XRP is still moving in this strange way after we broke out of the positive uptrend for XRP. There were two bad things that happened that made everything go down. One was 3 XRP negative momentum occurrences that actually happened. The increasing trend broke down. On the daily chart, we saw the crossover at the 1348 EMA and the support level of 226 break. And we also had a fourth bearish indicator, the 200 moving average, that also crossed over, but for some reason it's giving me an error. We can't see it because I put back the stochastic or size, which is clear. It will be hard for me to do it this way. Fine. You should believe me when I say that it isn't working presently. Is it okay for me to do that and that? Yes. All right. Control-Z solves everything. So in terms of price, we're in this kind of funk for XRP. There has been some extremely fascinating and wonderful news regarding XRP, but the price activity has been a little strange. It hasn't been that wonderful. Bitcoin and Ethereum have been getting more attention. And to be honest, most altcoins haven't been doing well, especially the top 20 and top 30 other than Bitcoin and Ethereum. This week will be intriguing to see what happens. I missed something when I made a video this morning. I claimed that not much could disrupt the markets, but I just found out that Fed Powell is speaking tomorrow. So everything might change tomorrow. If he says something that the markets don't like, we might see a market pump or a market sell-off, depending on what he says. So everyone should pay attention tomorrow when he speaks. We also get the first jobless claims and the made job reports on Thursday and Friday. It could be able to move certain things, but I think that tomorrow's main event is the primary event of the week. So let's see what the chairman of the Federal Reserve has to say. Hey, Bitcoin and Ethereum have had their greatest Q2 in 5 years. The second quarter isn't usually particularly good because the first quarter is usually quite good. But this time, the first quarter wasn't that good, and so we saw the second quarter this time. Is that right? You can tell that this is Bitcoin. It was minus 18 and minus 11, and Ethereum was minus 45. In the past, it was plus 52, plus 59, plus 68, and plus 71. Well, this time, the second quarter went pretty well. That's right. This is fascinating. This is not how a post with a year usually acts. We've talked about this before, how this cycle is different from others, and how a lot of things that we thought would happen with XRP, altcoins, and Bitcoin have happened differently. And some things are kind of copying, like the Bitcoin dominance we've spoken about a lot. It's strange that all the projections are so hard to make, so we'll find out. And of course, we have this big tail that can change the market in a second, right? This week, President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping are slated to talk on the phone about trade. Oh no. Secretary Bessant said that China is holding back supplies that are important to the US industrial supply chain, and he maintains that the tariffs are here to stay, not going away, even though the courts are trying to stop it. And he was on a few shows today. He and I should listen to what he had to say. This is because there will be either less stock or products that cost more, or both. Mark, you told us in March that there would be a lot of inflation. There hasn't been any inflation. The truth is, the inflation numbers are the best they've been in 4 years. So why don't we stop saying this could happen and just wait to see what happens? That's a thought-provoking thing to say. I see that there is already a note from the community. But that's the thing. We need to wait and see what happens with these tariffs. It may be a positive thing. It might not be a good thing. Experts can say whatever they want. But in the end, we don't know what's going to happen if we don't give it time. A lot of people are saying, this is not right. It could be right. Pay attention. The Fed has been wrong for 4 years, so maybe they'll be correct this time. I don't know what may happen, but it will be quite interesting to see how the markets respond to these comments. Then he stated this about the Chinese and the Chinese deal. They are keeping back some of the things they promised to give us during our deal. It could be a bug in the Chinese system. It might be on purpose. We'll find out after the president talks to the party's head. Those are important minerals and rare earths. Are you talking about that? Yes. Yes. So, in this statement, he was talking about the essential minerals, which are very, very crucial for the US supply chain. This will be intriguing. I hope the deal doesn't fall through on this, because that may be something that worries the markets again. That would not be good if the agreement fell through. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. We can still solve it. Now, but it could be important. This is XRP that we're looking at. You can see the price motion. If we look at the stochastic R signals at the bottom, we can see that the price is at the very bottom. So it is too cheap. And we've seen a lot of occasions when we notice that things are oversold and all the moving averages say strong sell, but there hasn't been any truly awful news. Okay, I get it. If a firm, stock, or crypto asset was involved, horrible things were going on. They are losing a lot of cash. They got into some difficulties with the law. It turns out that the founders are con artists. I don't know. That kind of thing. Then it seems sense that you'd observe something continuing, falling and falling and falling. Is that right? There hasn't really been any unfavorable news, just for XRP. What I'm seeing today in the movement is more about the market and the flow of money. Right now, money isn't really moving to XRP, and there are some sell-offs. And I see in the comments again that I don't know if these comments are real or phony, but I see some that say things like, I'm sick of XRP. I'm already weary, I'm selling, and things like that. It doesn't mean that people are really selling. Some people may be losing faith, but others are short and trying to scare long-term holders into selling. That's just how the game works. It's how you get ahead. A lot of people will suddenly become very, very positive because they want to raise the value of their long-term investments. Isn't that right? You can't blame short